So guys, we're back with some more PC Building Simulator. It's been a couple of days since I played this, and I need to get back on because I'm running out of content. So I've got one more video to upload later on, or just finish off editing, then uploading it. But I've been trying my best just to make sure I've had enough to upload for the last couple of days. Anyway, that said, we've got a job here to do. If you remember the last one, we accepted this job where I've got to get a 3D Mark score of 2068. So we've got to do that. So I'm going to start with this job first. I do want to quickly say, give a bit of a confession, and also what was the other thing I was going to say? I can't remember what I was going to say. Let's just say about the confession. So this job, I wasn't quite sure what it needed. What I needed to replace. It might have been more than one thing, and it might have not been, to get this 3D score, 3D Mark score. So I made a couple of saves, and it's not really cheating, but you can call it cheating if you like. I made a couple of saves, and I've actually gone ahead and just played a couple scenarios out and just bought a few parts just to see what I needed, and then I've just left sort of a main save, which is what I'm on now, to actually do that job, because I really don't want to spend no more money on buying something. I'm paying a lot of money on something that I can maybe, get it $50–60 cheaper, because I really need to get my money down. So I found out the cheapest solution, or potentially the cheapest solution, but I will run through with you what, some options that you can do, like what I've tested. So anyway, to get this 3D Mark score of 2068, from what I figured out, there's three options you could do. You can upgrade the graphics card, which in this case is the dearer option, because there's only one option I see you can do. We currently have, which one was it? This one, the 1050 Ti, which has got a core frequency of 1417. Is that the right one? Or is that? Yeah, because I think it's, yes, because it still needs to have 4 GB of RAM. I think so. So the only other option I saw, maybe one of these two might have worked, but the one I tested was this one. So it's going to cost you $165, and this will upgrade the CPU score quite a lot. So the other option I thought it could be is probably the CPU or the memory. Maybe another motherboard. I don't think storage would have worked, and I don't think power supply would have worked, and cooling I don't think would have worked. So really you've only got three options. So I went ahead and tested the motherboard too. Not motherboard, the processor, the CPU. I went ahead and tested that, and we currently have this one. So I went ahead and bought this one, the next one up. That does the score as well. This option actually gets you to the exact score, the 2068 or whatever it was. This one gets you to the exact thing for $130. So it's $35 cheaper than the graphics card, and I think it's actually the cheapest option too, or potentially the cheapest option. So the second option, or third option should I say, is memory. So we currently have, I think it's this, we have a 4 gig, or it might be even this one actually, a 4 gig already installed. So what I went and did, I went and tested buying another 4 gig to make 8 gig. That didn't work. So then I went and bought 8 gig as well. We tested it with just adding 8 gig in. That didn't work. Oh, sorry guys, my throat. So then what I did, I went and put the 8 gig and the 4 gig, so a 12 gig with the 4 gig that's already in there, so making a total of 16, and that actually worked. That actually got more than the score needed. So that was going to cost me 90 plus 50, so 140. So that's $10 dearer than buying the CPU, which was 130. So going down the memory option was like a middle option. It was the second cheapest, and in real life you wouldn't really put, well at least I don't think you should do, is put a 4 gig and an 8 gig together. I mean they are the same frequency, but I think whenever you play some RAM, you've got to have them like even. So in real life, but this is a game, so it doesn't really matter. So that was just to test with. So you could do that. So either 165 for a graphics card, 140 for the memory option, or 130 for the CPU, which I believe is the correct option because it gives you the exact score. You could do that. There is also a fourth option which I've not tested, and again it's back with memory, but instead of buying a 1.4, 1.8, you can actually buy 3 of these 4 ones, which would give you a 12 gig. So 3 4s are 12 plus what's in there. So you got the same gigabyte, but the only thing is the frequency is less. So 2,133 compared to 2,400. So potentially, I've not tested it, but if it's 16 gigabyte in total, it's going to get to that score, then you could do this. But I'm not sure if it got to the score I needed because of the frequency. Because of the frequency, and if it is the case, then this might not do it because the frequency, the megahertz, is a lot lower. So there is some options you could do, but if you went with that option, it's going to cost you what, 4,820. So that would be your cheapest. But I've not tested that. I was quite happy with just going with the processor and just buying this one for 130. So we're making $70 back because I believe that is the one. Yeah, $70 back out of the 200. So yeah, we went with that. So I've not bought it yet because, like I said, I did that on my test sort of experimental save, where this is the proper save. Normally I wouldn't go ahead and, you know, cheat, so to speak, and find out that. I would just try and do it all in one go and learn from my mistakes. But because I'm so far in debt, like I'm $1,500 in debt, and I need to get that down, I really need to save as much money as I possibly can. So we're going to go ahead. We've got some things. We've got the 4 gig RAM. That's come in. But what I might do, I've got 10 days to do that, so I'm not in a rush to do that job. The job has come in, but I'm not in a rush to do it. I might just save some money a little bit. I don't need that. But what I do want to do is obviously do this one. No. Yes, I want to do that one because I've got it done, and I want to do this one. I've got to order the part, so I need. Again, when I tested that other thing, I think I also tested this one too. Not tested it because when you get the computer in, you know what you need. You see what CPU you've got. And fortunately for me, I think I actually need CPU that I've got to order this one twice, basically. So I'm going to just do the job. We're going to do the job that I've got now, and that is to order. That is not to order. That's to do score. I need to order the processor for that. So let's just move it for now. I was going to start with that, but it wouldn't make sense. It makes sense to start with this one. And this is just to upgrade the RAM, and I've actually got the RAM in. It just come this morning. Now, this one doesn't need to be done for another 10 days, but because I've got it, and really it's the only job that I can do at the moment, I'm going to do it. So I've got to upgrade the RAM. So we've got upgrade to 4 gig. So I don't know what's already in here. Oh, it's 2 gig. I just went and bought. See, I didn't know what was already in there. I presumed it was 2, for it to say upgrade to 4 gig, because it's not going to be any less than 2. But what I'm going to do is, instead of just buying another 2 gig, which again I should have done because I needed the money, I need to save the money, I'm going to just go ahead and put this one in. Where are all these? Okay, I'm just going to go and put this in. We've got the 4 gig, so we've just got to now run the 3D Don't know why I've got an extra case there for. No idea. Don't know where that extra case has come from. Probably the other computer. We're just going to plug everything in. And I also need to put that, I think, because I don't know if I've got it installed. Now run the 3D Mark. Oh, there we go. I just forgot to turn the power on. Oh, that's quite a nice scenic background. So what did I want? 3D Mark. Let's install this. Well, this is doing. I'm going to go ahead and order them parts. I've actually got one part on order, so I need to check which that one is. I think it is actually the CPU, but I don't want to actually go and order more parts if I don't need them. So we're just going to let that do. This one needs a CPU, which is the one I think that is coming. So we're on the 12th, so next week on Monday we have got, oh no, that's 2 weeks, 2 weeks away, yeah. Next week on Monday we've got the CPU coming, so that is already coming for the job that we've got. For this one was, so again I need to order the CPU anyway, so I need to order at least one CPU. We'll get that coming as cheap as we can. So CPU. So again, this is one I was telling you that I tested and that what we needed. Again though guys, if you've got more money to play with than I've got, go ahead and buy a graphics card. Go ahead and buy some RAM. Do whatever you need to get the score. But I currently need to do it for as cheap as possible, so I'm going to do it for that. So we're going to add that to cart. Make sure there is nothing else to come. Upgrade, 4 gig of RAM, that's what I'm doing now. And that's that. So we're going to put that there. I don't need to quite order it yet. I want to try and order everything in one go. Okay, so we've got 2,000. Okay, I suppose. Right, so that's done. If we go, yep, leave by door. I keep getting my left and right mouse button mixed up. So I literally can't do anything now because that one is coming. Well, that one I've got to order, really. Even though, actually, well, the one coming could fit in there. But either way, I've got to order one. So let me just go ahead and skip the day because I want to see what next jobs are coming in and order from there. What have I got? Okay. Is it? Oh, do we not work over the weekend? What day are we then? Do we seriously not work over the weekend? Okay, so we was there. We don't work Saturday or Sunday, so it skips some days. That is good to know. I maybe should have ordered the part then. So which one's this one? Okay, we're just going to put it in this one because I've got the job up here. Okay, nothing comes up yet in a minute, so let's just go and do this. We don't want CPU. We need to take the catch off, remove CPU, and then we need to install the new one. We'll put CPU. So there's the old one, so we'll sell that, get some money back, and install that. Where is the wires? Okay, don't worry, I've not forgot about the thermal paste yet. Oh no, the wires are on after the cooling. That's what cooling's for. Good job I didn't sell that. Now there's the wires. This is where the case is from as well. Yeah, okay, all that's done. Quite like this case, you know, it's easy to put on and off just with the one screw. Sorry again guys if you don't quite like that camera angle I'm doing. I'm just, as long as I can see where I'm going, that's fine. Run 3D Mark. I need to install that as well. I quite like when I have to go onto this and do like the 3D Mark or the virus scanner or whatever. I quite like doing it because I like seeing all the backgrounds that people are using. They're quite nice. So I'm hoping once I've done this job, some more jobs will come, because I really need to order that part, and I don't want to order it now and then I find out I've got a load more jobs. I need to order some more parts and I have to make 2 orders. So I'm just trying to wait. What's this one? Okay, so that's the one that is there coming. Upgrade CPU. So this is the one I'm doing now, isn't it? I'm just gonna. Oh no, can't quit that yet. I need to wait till the job's done. Collect the money for that. So it's another almost 200. So that's good. There we go. Some more parts come in. Oh, AMD Ryzen 5 quad core. That's nice. GTX 980. Not bad. Alright, what have we got to do? Diagnose and fix. My gaming rig isn't booting anymore. I don't know what's wrong with it. Can you diagnose what's wrong with it? It seems to power on okay. The fans go around, but it doesn't get any further than the BIOS settings. So it could be more power. I'm guessing. What have I actually got in terms of